My dear people of Southern Cameroons, fellow brothers and sisters, and our dear supporters and backers on the African continent, fellow citizens of the world. Today is Sunday, the 10th day of February in the year of our Lord 2019. I'm coming here today to draw the attention of not only the people of Southern Cameroons, not even just the attention of the people of Africa, but also and most especially the attention of world leaders to some very important issues that will be going on in Southern Cameroons this Monday, the 11th of February 2019. As we speak, the government of La République du Cameroun that has over the years demonstrated its penchant towards make-believe is really once more up to something. That government has never ever realized the importance of living in a real world. The government of Mr. Paul Biya has over the years come to the conviction that the entire world only likes to see drama, to see things staged, and that they can easily, that their attention can easily be bought and their views shelved based on anything that is shown to them which has got nothing to do with the reality on the ground. For the past 3 days, the government of La République du Cameroun has chartered a lot of buses and trucks transporting children, those pupils and students from La République du Cameroun, those from the littoral into the southern zone, or what they call the southwest region of Southern Cameroons, and those from the west into the northern zone, what they call the northwest region of Southern Cameroons. The objective is simply to make them at least have some much past events in Buea and in Bamenda, specifically for the external audience, specifically for the rest of the world, because they still believe that they need to go ahead and continue to fool the world that although the people of Southern Cameroons have rejected the 11th of February celebrations, have rejected the significance of the day, which was in effect that day on which we consider that we voluntarily carried ourselves into slavery. We voluntarily carried ourselves into recolonization, that our forefathers voluntarily, without knowing, so unsuspectingly took us into a union that has turned murderous. And because we have rejected this over and over, the government believes that since the world is easily deceived by the visual, all they need to keep doing is to keep deceiving the people of the world that our people are still celebrating this day, are still marking this day, they shamefully call Youth Day. That is why they will go to every end to stage manage events just for the rest of the world. Worse, we all saw on social media how the military carted students after they broke into their rooms in hostels around the University of Buea and carted male children in their hundreds to police cells left and right. The few lucky ones that they identified to be French speaking were simply asked to pay 30,000 in CFA and leave, while those that they identified as being bona fide Southern Cameroonians have still been held, so that they will get their freedom only in exchange of going to march, even in assorted ways, this Monday in Buea to tell the world that they are still in support of a fake union that we have totally rejected. They will be marching at gunpoint. It is the same thing they are right now doing in neighborhoods in Bamenda, breaking into homes, arresting young people at random, to hold them captive until this Monday, 11th of February, so that they will also be forced at gunpoint to go and march. The question I like to put here to the entire world is, for how long do you want to be fooled before you come to the reality that the people of Southern Cameroons and those of La République du Cameroun can never and will no longer be able to live together. There are a lot of events on the ground that have shown very clearly that we are two people with two separate destinies. And consequently, the treatment has definitely, always, been such that it leaves no one in doubt. Recently, we all saw demonstrations in Yaoundé, in Douala, in Bafoussam. Were there any deaths recorded? Of course, we even saw recently at the Yaoundé Central Market, young people throwing stones at the police. And all they did was behave themselves, was retreat. But if that were to happen in Southern Cameroons, we would have been counting deaths and people maimed and all the likes. This tells you why some are considered citizens with rights to protest. We have never been considered as such. So why must the world continue to force us into such a murderous union? Why must world leaders continue to think that we must, in order to live, be secondary or even tertiary citizens or third-grade citizens to the people of La République du Cameroun? This is something that the world needs to look into and look into as fast as possible. Because this far, we have seen organizations that pride themselves as being serious defenders of human rights, like the Commonwealth of Nations, turn a blind eye to what is happening in Southern Cameroons, to the genocide that is ongoing. We have seen babies shot. We have seen babies beheaded. We have seen women raped. We have seen all sorts of dehumanizing conditions with the old people who are respected the world over burned down in their houses. No one is standing up to say anything serious. A lot of the people in the international community have asked us, what do you think should be done to ensure lasting peace in Cameroon or in the Cameroons? A good lot of them say perhaps we need some kind of decentralization. Take it off. Decentralization leaves us in the same position. Even when the people of Southern Cameroons at the Tripartite Conference in 1993 gave Mr. Paul Biya the opportunity to open up the society so we have some degree of autonomy to enable us to take care of our own affairs, it was rejected. When in 1996 they went ahead to force through their own constitution and instituted decentralization just to fool the world with an institution they knew would never be actualized. Until date, nothing has ever happened. Is it only today that decentralization would make sense to Mr. Paul Biya? The people of Southern Cameroons have rejected that. Others talk of federalism. Take note, the first thing that the people of Southern Cameroons asked through the consortium was simply a return to the two-state federation as existed before in 1961. What we were given in return were rampant arrests, maiming, raping, looting, death. That is what our people asked for a good period of time. But all we received in return was brutality. Meaning that even La République du Cameroun recognizes that federalism cannot be a solution because they will never accept that we are bona fide and de facto human beings deserving of rights. That is why the people of Southern Cameroons today also reject federalism. I think that the world definitely read Christian Cardinal Toomey, who proposed to bring up a conference known as the AGC, the Anglophone General Conference, which unfortunately, unfortunately for him and his team, was rejected by La République du Cameroun. He personally recognized on the cover page of the Guardian Post newspaper that over 80% of the people of Southern Cameroons today are for independence. He said it because he has had the opportunity to go round and round and has had the opportunity to talk to the people. He has lived with the people. He has ministered the word of God to the people and understands the aspirations of the people. These aspirations are clearly for self-determination, which is also recognized internationally as a right, an inalienable right. Now, on the issue of self-determination, the world is today trying to go back to the same argument that the British brought in 1961 to deny us independence. The British claimed at the time that the Southern Cameroons was not only such a small territory, but that the Southern Cameroons did not have enough resources to take care of itself. And their fear was that the people of the Southern Cameroons were going to be dependent on the British taxpayer. But today we have seen the same British government turning around and signing multi-billion-dollar oil and gas deals with resources from Southern Cameroons. This is a clear indication that that argument simply falls to the ground. Now, the same leaders of the world who uphold this argument of smallness turn around and uphold the sovereignty and independence of Equatorial Guinea. The population of Equatorial Guinea is hardly 1 million, but the population of Southern Cameroons is well over 8 million. The same world leaders turn around and uphold the independence of the Central African Republic. The people of the Central African Republic, according to census results that are online and can be verified, are hardly above 5 million. But they are a sovereign nation. The same thing applies to the Republic of Gabon. The same thing applies to so many countries in the world that do not have the size and population of the Southern Cameroons. We consider this, therefore, a kind of hypocrisy simply meant to continue to keep a well-meaning people in total enslavement. We as a people of Southern Cameroons, earlier, still in the colonial era, that was a period before 1961, demonstrated to the world what a democratic people we were and what a democratic people we are. The first ever democratic practice where an incumbent government lost and handed over to the opposition took place in Southern Cameroons between Ndele and Foncha. That was prior to 1961. I'd like to take this opportunity to draw the attention of the world to the effect that the people of Southern Cameroons have sufficient manpower with the intellectual wherewithal, with people who have proven abilities around the world, capable enough of running our country. Let it be known that the people of Southern Cameroons will never ever, with what we have seen this far, live again together with the people of La République du Cameroun. That is why today you hear the slogan that is ringing louder and louder, especially on the territory itself, not out of the Southern Cameroons, the never again together slogan. That slogan is a reality. And we are calling on the world to come to the consciousness that there will never be a Cameroon together again. And to make haste, therefore, to assist the people of the Southern Cameroons and their neighbors of La République du Cameroun to come to a peaceful resolution of their differences and to grow to live together as peace-loving and cooperating neighbors. This is the message that I desire to bring to the world on this 10th day of February in the year of our Lord 2019. To God be the glory.